actually people in my comments telling me that Jasmine Crockett is fighting for my civil rights. I am an American. How is her fighting for illegals fighting for my civil rights? How is her voting for transgenders to play in women's sports fighting for my civil rights? Are y'all delusional? How is a woman that hates the country that our ancestors built through slavery fighting for my civil rights? She's fighting hard to destroy this country that my ancestors built for free. And you mean to tell me she's fighting for my civil rights? At this point, I'm convinced that if you still voting Democrat and you black, you are under a generational curse. It ain't working, boo-boo. It's time to switch it up. It is absolutely insanity for you to keep voting for the same exact thing and expecting different results.
Everybody's favorite ghetto congresswoman, Jasmine Crockett, is back. The hood raptor, the lady with the giant eyelashes. Like, these things look like monsters on her face. I mean, she's got the wig. She's got the lashes. She got a hell of a ton of makeup. She usually has lipstick on. I mean, the nails are always done. Everything on fleek with Crockett, except for the words that come out of her mouth. This is the lady who intentionally always speaks with ebonics and tries to appeal to the lowest common denominator. You know, the opposite of what I try to do on this channel. I feel like if I tried to appeal to the entirety, the vast majority of the black community, then I could probably blow this channel up like that. But that's not really the goal here. Though one of the goals is to uplift the black community, I can't do that if I'm appealing by sounding ghetto as hell. I don't think that that approach is effective, because then effectively I'm allowing others to lead rather than being the leader that I am, leading by example, leading by, in most circumstances, trying to actually pronounce the words that come out of my mouth properly and trying to sound like a smart person rather than intentionally trying to sound dumb, ghetto, and ignorant, which is exactly what Crockett is doing. Now, she has been called out for basically being a fraud to her face at one of her rallies. This was pretty freaking hilarious. Let's go ahead and react to this.
I used to stay at my granny's house. She was one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Jasmine! The people of Dallas deserve better than a fake ghetto hood rat. Do they know you're a rich kid from Missouri? Do they know you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri? Do they know? Don't touch me. No, ma'am. Don't touch me. Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Get her off me. Get off me. Get out. Get off me. I'm not. Get her off me first. Get her off me first.
It said a fake ghetto hood rat.
Do your people know you're a spoiled rich kid from Missouri? Get out! Get out! Get out! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get the fuck off!
All right, let's go. Let's go.
This is crazy.
Are you proud?
Just in case I gotta cuff you up. Let's just go.
For what?
Ghetto hood rat from Missouri. Yeah, this story stems from, guys, the fact that Jasmine Crockett effectively pretended as though she has some sort of ghetto or rough upbringing, whereas the reality of the situation is just like Kamala Harris. You know, I guess I'll put it this way. Maybe some of these people may have had some things be rough when they were like little bitty kids. But I kind of feel like it doesn't matter if by the time you're like 6, 7 years old, you know, you move around a bunch of rich white people. It kind of doesn't really matter at that point. You can't really say, oh man, I grew up in the hood, I'm tough, I'm hard, you know, and then just start speaking like, you know, God dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I went up here, I was at my granny house, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't start talking like that. You're trying to go back to some sort of roots from a time where you can barely freaking remember, where you just started elementary school. Like, give me a freaking break.
I want y'all to know that every day that I walk in those halls, regardless of whatever rhetoric they put out about me, I am a very serious lawmaker. At the same time, if you try me, you will find out. I just want to be clear about that, because I am truly a black woman at the same time.
I saw something else in Crockett. A raging narcissism. And for a woman who claims to be so tough, she has exceedingly thin skin. They described her as highly conscious of her self-presentation. Crockett wore acrylic nails painted with the word resist and a set of heavy lashes over her brown eyes. The lock screen on her phone is a headshot of herself. Crockett said that Hispanic Trump supporters had almost like a slave mentality. I asked Crockett whether she had ever regrets about her public comments. She raised her eyebrows and replied, "I don't second guess." You know how that ends.
All this comes amid Jasmine Crockett's future being pretty much toast. She is about to lose her seat in the midterms. I will admit, I thought that, she was going to be around for a little bit longer, but the way that this redistricting, aka gerrymandering, is occurring, basically she's going to be gone. It's all but guaranteed. And no matter what anybody says, even if, Democrats try to retaliate in other places outside of Texas, there's really nothing that they can do in Texas to save this hood raptor.
Bunch of bullshit. But hey, this is what we know the Republicans are good at. If there's one thing they're good at cheating, and they're good at bullshitting people, right? So that's exactly what we're going through right now. They have decided that they are losers, and we understand why. And so with these loser policies, they have a loser mentality. So they have decided that if you can't win, cheat. Yeah, that's where we are.
Well, to be clear, listen, all those big blue states, they've already gerrymandered. Look at the map of Illinois. Look at the map of California, New York, and Massachusetts, and so many other blue states. They gerrymandered a long time ago. They got nothing left with regard to what they can do. And know this, if California tries to gerrymander 5 more districts, listen, Texas has the ability to eliminate 10 Democrats in our state. We can play that game more than they can because they have fewer Republican districts in their states.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott, don't be a stranger.
Well, Newsom, your move. So I know that these Democrats would love to think that they have some cards left. Why isn't any of their cards just to say, hey, we don't want men and women's sports. Trans kids is not a thing. We're just not going to do that. Open borders are bad. Crime is bad. Forged crime numbers are bad. Forged border numbers are bad. Bad, bad, bad. Let's focus on things that were common sense. Even back, if you go back to the Obama times, for those, I know pretty much nobody likes him who watches this channel, myself included, especially now, he's gone really off the deep end. But back in the day when he actually was president, he had some common sense positions. He didn't have an open border. I don't know what the hell happened between then and now where Democrats just, trans everything, open borders. I love crime now. Like, what the hell happened to these people?
The fact that you just sat up there and somehow figured out how to tie trans folk to your argument makes no sense to me. But let me tell you something. Trans people ain't going nowhere. Just like when the racists wanted to make sure that black people somehow were going to be dismissed in this country. We ain't left either.
What?
Fool, slap yourself 3 times. You heard me? Try to do it. Try to do it.
According to them, the trans kids that want to play the sports, Lord have mercy, that is the biggest issue that we had. Since when? Since when? Find the little trans child that is ruining your life.
The guy that decides to go compete with ladies and how he performed against the ladies.
Triple jump last week.
Yeah, triple jump. If you have the clip, Rob.
Look at this.
And that's a guy.
That's a dude.
Is there interview afterwards?
I have
that's
audio
the
of the
interview. That's the interview. Let's hear the interview, what he says.
I mean, you're just playing dress up. Valley High School, amazing 3 wins today. What was the SMR,
long, triple, and then I have high later.
and you still got the high jump. Amazing performances so far.
You got this hood raptor running and managing to secure a position as a congresswoman to begin with. How did that happen? This person is probably still going to try to run for president. They're probably going to say, well, when one door closed, another one open. Like, they're probably going to be talking stupid for years. I don't think this person's going away. I think they're still going to be putting on a show for us. They're not going to do anything besides that, but they're going to be here. I'm just confused about how the hell we got here to begin with, guys. But hey, let the Democrats try. They'll fail. These are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly. I'm out.
I'm debating about whether or not I would run where they put me, which is where I live. Yeah.
in 33.
In 33.
Lose it, lose it.